Thanks for checking out this haul video. So here we go. We're going to finish off what I bought for the January subscriber week sale through Vinegar Syndrome. And then in not too long, you're going to end up getting my unboxing for the Vinegar Syndrome titles for February. Hopefully. I don't know if they're still behind on their shipping or not, but we'll see. Going forward, I'm not going to be having a ton of these types of videos during sales, just because I'm not going to be buying as much. I had a list of Vinegar Syndrome titles that I really wanted. I have whittled that down significantly, so there really isn't that much left that I want, so it'll mainly just be the monthly videos of their new releases, but you'll get some other stuff coming up. But anyway, this is the stack that I got. Again, this is in order of, on the top one I'm least excited to watch, on the bottom when I'm most excited to watch. So anyway, here we go. The first one is one that a lot of people saw was on super sale, and were like, yeah, they're really pushing this because nobody wants it. That is the Robert Patrick starring film Last Gasp. Now, all the Blu-ray slipcovers that they were doing for sale days during subscriber week were $15. This one was $10. There were a few other ones that they ended up putting down to 10, but this was one of the ones they put to 10. And at the moment when I'm recording this, it's still at $10. Really trying to get rid of this. Now, here's the thing. I bought it for $10 because A, it's a movie for $10. B, I actually went ahead and watched it on Tubi to see how bad it is. And I don't think it's as bad as everyone's saying it is. I got a little bit of enjoyment out of watching the film. Granted, I do like the performance of Robert Patrick, so maybe that's part of it. But it's not that bad of a film. And the other thing is, paying $10 just to get these special features, worth it for me personally. So again, that's Last Gasp. There's the back. Pray you never hear it. The last gasp is what they mean. Horrible. That's terrible right there. And on the inside, it's just kind of, same old. Last Gasp. Leslie Chase will do anything it takes to push through his mega real estate development, even if it includes arranging the massacre of a Mexican native tribe to clear a patch of land. But no bad deed goes unpunished, as after murdering the tribe's chief in cold blood, Leslie's body and mind are taken over by the chief's vengeful spirit. Forced into committing a series of heinous murders, Leslie's life is thrown into greater peril when a private detective who has been hired to investigate the disappearance of one of his victims begins to suspect the elusive real estate tycoon is harboring a deadly secret. That was my last gasp. Okay, I won't do any more during the video. Sorry, that wasn't very funny. But anyway, yeah, I'm just excited to watch the special features, which actually, well, there really aren't any. There's outtakes. It says extensive outtakes. And then original theatrical trailer. That's basically it. So there really aren't much, but that's not bad. Anyway, the next one was recommended to me by Celeste de la Cabra, another YouTuber, who I think is awesome, and you should support their channel. This one was one of the ones for $15, and that is the film Buried Alive, which, by the way, I watched the trailer. I think this is a movie that I saw part of when I was very young and didn't know what it was. And that scene, one particular scene that I saw, keeps popping up in my head, like over all the decades I've been alive. And I wondered, what is that movie? What is that movie? But based on the trailer, I think it might be this movie. So I'm very interested to check this out for that main reason. But yeah, Buried Alive. There it is. Ravenscroft health facility. Apparently this is kind of like a take on like a Edgar Allan Poe type film. At least that's what Celeste said. Or story. Edgar Allan Poe story. Poe didn't make film. Buried Alive. That's not looking so hot. But, nothing on the back, really. And then the disc. Okay. Janet has taken a job as a teacher at Ravenscroft, a girls' reform school for juvenile delinquents. Not long after arriving, Janet's dreams become plagued with haunting visions of a mysterious brick wall, coupled with the very real increase in disappearances of the facility's young pupils. While dismissed by the headmaster as nothing more than runaways, Janet is not convinced and begins investigating the history of the school and its assortment of unbalanced staff members. Yeah, it literally says it's a reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's tale, The Black Cat. So, down with that. Sounds good. Obviously, good base material because Edgar Allan Poe, you know. So, Buried Alive, interested. The next one is not horror. The majority of what I usually get is horror, but it's like a martial arts type thing. Cyber Vengeance, There's Only One Way Out of Cyber Prison. Okay, yeah, looks wild. The back, even wilder. I mean, that looks like a promo for a bondage bar. Or sorry, a leather bar, not a bondage bar, a leather bar. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I just think it's funny that that's what it is. Not into kink shaming, I'll tell you that. I switched it to that one because this is going to be my primary on the front. And I always just like to have different art, but there you go. Oh, and there's a poster of that if I want to put that up and give the leather vibe here. So Cyber Vengeance. In the year 2005, the prison system has been completely privatized, and cyber prisons have become the new means for housing the guilty. The bodies of inmates are kept in suspended animation while their minds are kept in a virtual reality prison. Business tycoon R.D. Crowley has found a way to capitalize on these virtual prisons by allowing rich men to pay in order to engage in a form of virtual reality hunting that has real-life consequences for the inmates. Will, a guard at one of these prisons, soon finds himself coerced into one of these virtual cat and mouse games. Armed with his knowledge of history along with his expert skills in virtual reality combat. What? Who has skills in virtual reality combat? Will must work with the inmates in order to save their lives and escape from the prison before it's too late. I mean, this sounds fun. This sounds very fun. Also, Robert Davi is in it, so... And Debbie Rochon. So, yeah. Sounds interesting to me. Plus, this dude right here, I recognize him from some other martial arts films. I think Death Promise, maybe? Okay, I'm going to have to mess with this later. This is one of these bottom-loading ones. It's so terrible to get this back in there. I'll have to mess with that later. Anyway. All right, the next one is another martial arts one that I'm really excited about because I'm into the Billy Blanks movies because they're fun. And that is Talons of the Eagle. This was another one. It was $15. Cyber Vengeance was also $15. So this is the Vinegar Syndrome front for it. Oh, also Jalal Mary. Cool. I like him too. I like his stuff. That's the original with the two of them. And then also bottom loading, unfortunately. That's what I put on the inside cover. And there you go. And a poster. So that's cool. Talons of the Eagle. DEA agent and martial arts expert Tyler Wilson, played by Billy Blanks, is sent on assignment to Toronto where he is tasked with trying to stop an influx of narcotics into the States. Once in Toronto, Wilson is partnered with Detective Michael Reed, played by Jalal Merhi, and the two undergo rigorous martial arts training in the hopes of entering a local fighting tournament and getting closer to a well-known drug dealer named Mr. Lee. Fighting tournament, come on, it's got to be great. After saving Lee's life, Wilson and Reed go undercover in Lee's gang in order to find the evidence they need to put Lee away. However, their martial arts training will be put to the test when Wilson and Reed try to take down Lee's syndicate, and the two are forced to fight for their lives. Sounds fun. Again, not going to load it back in there because it's just going to be frustrating. All right, so excited about that one. Then the next one, we're going back to the horror stuff, is Evil Laugh. This is one that's been on my list for a while. I really do like that cover. I think it looks really nice. The back, not so much. Not a whole lot going on there. But the front, cool. And then the inside, the original artwork, I actually kind of like even more, honestly. That's my favorite of them. Very cool. Wish they would have put that on the slipcover instead. But whatever. There's that. All right. Evil Laugh. A group of medical students have decided to spend the weekend helping their friend Jerry fix up the old foster home he's bought and is planning to reopen. Interesting. Little do they know that 10 years ago, a terrible massacre occurred there which saw a number of young children brutally slaughtered. Things get off to an ominous start when the group arrives. Jerry is nowhere to be found, and a strange, raspy voice coming from somewhere inside the house warns the youngsters to leave. Not letting any of this spoil their plans, the friends set about cleaning and pairing off for sex, of course, because 80 slashers. But their fun is short-lived when a track jacket wearing killer with ties to the property's gruesome past starts bumping them off one by one. Okay. This is a low budget, high energy slasher slash murder mystery. Yeah. Okay. I'm excited. This one's been on my list for quite some time, so I'm glad I finally got it. Evil Laugh. All right, then the next one, going back to the martial arts, because I have been into what they've been putting out for martial arts stuff. This one was from earlier this year, and I was surprised that it was already a $15 one, so great. I'd been meaning to get it for a while, so I was just like, yes. And that's the Iceman Cometh. A buddy of mine, shout out Rich, because he does watch these videos, actually. That's what good friends do. They support you. Thank you, Rich. You're the man. Plus just being a cool dude. But he had seen this, and he said it was a pretty good martial arts film. So I've been excited to get this one. There's the front for the Iceman Cometh. There's the back. Obviously gives you an idea of some of the stuff involved there. And then the original artwork looks horrendous. Looks terrible. But also, like, awesome terrible at the same time, I would say. Oh, that got kind of messed up in there. It's all wavy. Kind of messed up, but I'm probably not going to end up using it. There's another disc in there. But yeah, poster. All right, let's get into this one. Fong Sao Ching is the chief royal guard during the Ming Dynasty, whose job is to protect the emperor at all costs, including with his own life. One day, Ching discovers that one of his men, Feng San, is a sadistic rapist with a penchant for murdering his victims by breaking their limbs. Yikes. After Feng San attacks the princess and several other women, Ching is tasked by the emperor with hunting down and killing him in order to restore his own honor. However, things take an unexpected turn when the two men come face to face for a duel to the death, only to become literally frozen in time by a mystical device known as the Wheel of Life and Death. 300 years later, in modern Hong Kong, Ching and Feng San are accidentally thawed out. Unfamiliar with his surroundings, Ching struggles to adapt to his strange new environment and soon finds himself at the mercy of an obnoxious call girl named Polly while attempting to continue to search for Feng San. But little does he know that Feng San is adapting quite nicely to both the weapons and crime-ridden modern world and is beginning to resume his murderous ways. Vinegar Syndrome. The run-on sentence. So ridiculous. The run-on sentences in your synopses. Fix this. Please fix this. Clarence Falk from The Naked Killer is in this, by the way, which I own The Naked Killer on DVD and have owned it for a long time, but I haven't watched it. But I heard people say it's worth watching, so I'm going to have to get to that at some point. But yeah, this sounds cool. It looks cool. I'm very into it. My buddy said it was pretty good, so yeah, Iceman Cometh. And he cometh hard. That's what I heard. Anyway, the last thing I got, obviously the thing I'm most excited about, because it completes my collection of them, Forgotten Giali Volume, 5. I was like, which one is it? 5, yes. Forgotten Giali Volume 5. I do like this artwork. That's pretty cool. And they always have so much on the sides. Has A White Dress for Marielle, Tropic Cancer, and 9 Guests for a Crime. Awesome. Back, also looking great. Love it. And that. And then on the inside, nice. 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 Love it. They pack so much into these, and I'm a fan. So, and yes, I can now confirm that the Volume 6, which I've already watched through at this point, and it's a pretty good collection, is thinner. The cardboard is thinner for that one than this. But anyway, let's get into talking about Volume 5, Forgotten Giali. Got this for $35 on their day that they were discounting box sets, so that's great. And like I said, this completes my collection of the Forgotten Giali. Unfortunately, I didn't really get into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff early enough, and my Volume 1 is the standard edition, so I don't have, like, the box for it. But 3 through 6 now, I do have the box. And they're going to be putting out another one this year, by the way. So I'm excited about that. I love Giallo. It's I've said it before, it's my comfort genre. But anyway, let's go first. White Dress for Marielle. which if anyone's interested, I know this is actually on Tubi at the moment, if you want to check it out without buying. And I think the other two in this are as well. White Dress for Marielle. When Marielle was a little girl, she witnessed her father murder her mother, along with an adulterous lover, before killing himself. Years later, Marielle has invited a group of friends over for a party at an isolated villa. That's what I like to hear. As the festivities progress, an increased sense of debauchery and hedonism befalls the group. Also what I like to hear. Only for their perverse fun and games to be disrupted by the arrival of a mysterious killer who begins dispatching the revelers in nasty fashion, all to cover up a secret buried deep in the past. Yes, please. This sounds really good. Oh, it's got Luigi Pistilli in it, who is in A Bay of Blood and a bunch of other Giali films, so I'm really excited about that one. So, one thing you'll find with Giali, if you're not super familiar with it, is there are a lot of actors and actresses who end up showing up in multiples, and Luigi Pistilli, yeah, if you watch enough, you'll get to know that guy. Good actor. All right, the next one is... Oh, and by the way, I haven't said, I'm going to review all of the horror ones. I'm going to have, like, short reviews, 60 seconds or less, that'll be coming out on YouTube. And actually, for all the new releases starting this year, for 2024, no matter what Vinegar Syndrome is releasing, whether it's sci-fi, horror, sexploitation, martial arts. I was like, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Martial arts. Any of that stuff, if I end up buying it, I will end up doing those short reviews for it. Before I was just doing horror, but starting in 2024, I'm just going to put them out for all of them, because it's not a big deal. I'm going to watch these movies anyway, and then I'm going to put out the reviews. The reviews take like barely any time to do if they're so short. But anyway, back to this box set. Tropic of Cancer, which I have a full review for this movie already on my channel. Like full 20-some minute review for it. You can check that out. I do remember enjoying this one when I did see it. There's the inside of that. All right, Tropic of Cancer. Fred and Grace Wright are vacationing in Haiti in the hope of repairing their failing marriage when they run into an old friend, Dr. Williams. Excited to share the news of his latest work, Williams explains that he has developed a powerful aphrodisiac, of course, because Giallo, which doubles as a hallucinogen. Sounds fun. Intrigued by their friend's discovery, the couple quickly find themselves embroiled in a high-stakes plot to steal the drug. All the while, a mysterious killer, or killers, begins viciously doing away with anyone who gets too close to uncovering the truth about the formula. Yeah. Nice. I was trying to see if there are any other... Oh, Anthony Stephan is in this. Anthony Stephan's another one who you'll see in multiple Giallos. All right, then moving on to the final one in this, which I have not seen. 9 Guests for a Crime. At least I don't think I have. Maybe I have. I'll read. I don't think I have, but maybe I have. 9 Guests for a Crime. Show the inside on this one. I've watched so many Giallo films, and a lot of them start to like blend together that sometimes I just forget what I've watched. All right, 9 members of an extremely rich and hateful family have decided to have a month-long reunion on a remote island in the Mediterranean. No sooner than their arrival, old grudges, resentments, and feuds make themselves known, along with allusions to some more macabre events in their past. But when their boats are torched, thus stranding them without any connection to the mainland, it becomes clear that someone is not willing to let old wounds heal, a fact made all the more clear as bodies start to pile up. That one sounds interesting. Yeah, reading the description, I don't think I have seen this before, but the premise sounds a little bit like $5 for an August Moon, which is a Giallo film I love. Not because it's good, like the story's actually pretty terrible, but Mario Bava did it and it looks phenomenal. Like it is such an aesthetically pleasing film with some good acting in it and interesting characters, and has Edwige Fenech, like my crush. Like, yeah, Edwige always. But anyway, 9 Guests for a Crime. So anyway, that's it. Finally, I did it. So this is where I want to hear from you. What do you think sounds the best out of what I just went over here? But also share, if you're excited, any pickups that you've had recently, whether it's movies, whether it's collectibles, whether it's anything you're excited about in your life, because this doesn't just have to be about horror. It doesn't just have to be about physical media. Like, if you are coming and watching my videos, then I am down to talk to you about whatever for the most part, because I like to talk to people online anyway. Thank you. Go ahead and put some comments down there. Do me a favor, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that. You can give a thumbs up to this video to help me out with that algorithm on YouTube. And you can hit the notification bell button if you want to know when I'm putting up new videos, which I'm doing at least a small video every single day of every single week. So thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Until next time, keep it brutal.